What's going on, folks? Today I want to talk to you guys about something that I know is the root cause of all of the things that you deal with every day on your jobs, right? The people out and about in the street, you know, the things that you see them do that they intently do. Today we're going to talk about intent because intentions are what drive negatively grounded people to do the things that they do. You're never going to really be able to figure out exactly what's going on in this person's brain, right? You'll never get that conclusive why or who done it or the reasons. But what you'll get from this analyzation is you'll figure out that a low-level person is only low-level when they have intentions to do negative harm to another person. Doesn't matter what form that comes in, folks. Sometimes, you meet people every day. You go to work and you see your coworkers and stuff, and they're very rude and nasty, and, it started at some point. At one point, these people were your friends, and they were talking to you and telling you all of their gossip and gossiping about other people and doing all of this stuff, trying to get you caught up. But once they realized that you weren't part of this bullshit, this flying monkey circle, once they picked up on that, then they had to discard you. You didn't have any value to them because you're not going to be willing to carry out some of this intentional, things that they're going to do to someone else. So these flying monkey types of people, who are they? They're people, who've had really serious psychological problems in their lives. Maybe, probably, it happened around childhood somewhere. And, they don't know how to deal with, people. They just don't know how to deal with their feelings. So, something that you do that they perceive that you did, when you're not even paying attention to these people or thinking about them, but something that you may do may bother them on such a level that they wanna, get revenge. And they wanna make you hurt for something that they're hurting for. And that's what makes it, that's where you won't understand this. It makes it crazy in this situation because, the winds that are blowing in their mind, the direction of those winds. Why? Because they don't know how to handle certain things. So you piss them off. The jealousy. I always talk about jealousy because, a lot of this stuff that you see these people do is only housed in the jealousy in their hearts. Jealousy and envy. Those two things, are the root underlying cause of a lot of this intentional behavior that people, someone's willing to do something to you. And some of these things are downright petty, and just downright mean. The social games. So today we're going to try to get clinical with this. We're going to talk about intent. How many of you out there in your lives got mad because some guy took a girl from you, or vice versa, some girl? How many of you got mad because some guy was showing more attention to one of your friends than you, or favored one of your friends over you, and so you wanted to strike back at this person at all costs? Then it doesn't matter, if they don't know that they're hurting you or none of these things, because you're crazy. You're disturbed. And you get jealous. So people, who haven't done anything to you, they have to deal with your wrath because you're hurting. It's not about even getting that person. You think that you're jealous on the surface over someone else, but really it's about something going on in you. Right? You feel rejected when just some random person doesn't take to you the way you want them to. Because the world and life doesn't work like that. Everyone is not going to like you. And you people want to be liked by everyone. This is why you're flying monkeys. This is why you can be used and you're co-conspirators most of the time, because people can tap you to do their dirty work and their bidding. And that's why you have no value to a person who has, integrity, morals and principles. You're not valuable to these people. So this creates a polar opposite spectrum here. You have one side of negatives and one side of people who are trying to, do something better than negative. They're trying to be positive. Not perfect or nothing, but just trying not to step on other people's toes as much as they can. And we got to give those people credit because it's difficult in this world. It's so easy to get caught up with these flying monkeys and assholes, and let their intentions become your agenda. You get what I'm saying? Jealousy and envy, the only two things I see, There could be some other reasons like, they're trying to climb up the ladder or something, they're willing to cut your throat. But still, even that, if they're willing to cut your throat climbing up the ladder, that means you're somewhere on that ladder higher than them, and they want to knock you down a couple of pegs so they can step over you. You get what I'm saying? So it's still jealousy. It's about that woman not thinking she's attractive enough or not thinking she's thin enough or whatever. And so she hates that woman who has those characteristics. It's about that guy who never had self-confidence, who always thought that, he was a pushover or something. He wanted to be a tough guy. He wanted to be cool. See? And those are the feelings, the internal feelings that you guys are not dealing with that are creating the jealousies. You're no better than that other person that you hate so much or you loathe because of the things that you see in them that you wish you had. Jealousy, simply. But every day you guys do these social games, mature adults are not really affected by the games. No one cares about you. You're an asshole, right? But on a bigger level, just your intentions. A person like me, we'll sit down and we'll try to figure it out because really we're fascinated with how corrupt the human mind can become, right? This is all experimental for me. I'm just looking at you do something and I'm completely objective to the moment, to what you're doing. I'm just watching you and observing, from a neutral position. Just to understand you more so I can help myself down the line or help people like me. How to avoid you, how to get you out of my face or something. The only reason I study you people, I don't even want to engage you because you're rotten in a lot of cases. A lot of cases is like you're too damaged to fix. So I always say that in most cases, these people are just too damaged. Don't even waste your time with these people. But the intentions that you show another person really, really, really do come from the fact that you have, if you have negative intentions. If you have good intentions, then, you're a good person. But if you have negative intentions, you're only trying to hurt that person for the purpose of making yourself feel better. And that's insane in itself. How are you going to make yourself feel better by hurting me? I haven't done anything to you. You're not even able to reflect on the fact that you have harmed me or done something to me, and I'm affected by your actions. See? That's what the narcissistic mind, it creates that kind of person, devoid of empathy, right? Rationalness or something. The narcissistic mind is just a corrupt mind. It's a traumatically exposed mind from some situation, something in life that happened, and you're making us hurt because you just don't know how to deal with that pain. You give us pain. And in so many ways, I've seen the juvenile behavior in these workplaces, and that's why, I had to get out. But, I had coworkers, we're grown-ups, and these coworkers would do these social games, but they will only do them because someone told them to do it. Maybe the person didn't directly tell them to do it, but they follow, they're followers. So they watch the actions. Now, if you're looking at an asshole be a complete asshole and be just a callously disregardable person that they are, and you're looking at that, okay, why don't you want to go opposite of that? See, you have to be or have to possess some level of assholery within yourselves in order to be an accomplice to these people. They can get you to do anything. They can recruit you to, stab a person or something, anything. And you'll do it. You'll be willing to do it because somehow that validation that you're seeking is coming from someone who needs validation themselves. And you guys haven't even given thought to that. These people are low life. If you thought you were a low life, well, they're lower than you. And you're seeking their validation, and they're coming up on the fact that you're trying to get them to validate you. So that's giving them a boost in ego. You get what I'm saying? That's why they keep you flying monkeys around. So I'm tired of looking at people who intently do things for the purpose of harming me or people that I know. And I hear their stories. I get write-ins from people across the country, people who work jobs, and the games that are played with them at work. Many of the things that I've experienced identically. And that's how we know that this is a mental condition, right? This narcissism, right? This stalking and all of these behaviors. They're all mental because a lot of these people possess the same characteristics. However, they're in different places around the world. And they're all doing the same things and being motivated by the same low-level behaviors because they're all like that. It's a condition, folks. So, when you go to work tomorrow and you step in there, you have to take a deep breath because many of y'all do that every day. You have to take a deep breath and, just look at everyone and just say, I'll make it through the day. If you have to make it through your day, you need to go, right? Life is not about living through pain all the time, right? To get to the good. Sometimes you just got to circumvent all of that pain and go straight to the good times. And do it for yourselves. It's a matter of self-preservation, people. I look at you people every fucking day. You literally just do stuff. And I'm one of those students of life. I just sit back and watch you in action. Watch you do something that's illogical. And then I'll look at all of the people and count how many people around you, agree with what you're saying or participating in some bullshit. You're the weak people because as long as it's not you, you're willing to go along. Strength in numbers and shit. That's why you can't be a justice empath, right? I love bad behavior, folks. On a nice day, and I'm sitting somewhere right now, I'm about to head out. I'm the only one in this room, and I just had to, was sitting back, picking my own brain. I'm fascinated because I know that people do things merely for the purpose of just uplifting themselves, which means we have a lot of people who are in a low place. And that's the epidemic that you people don't realize or focus on. The crimes, the things committed against other people, all of these things are the product of someone hurting. That's why you're going to hurt. So no, I don't like dealing with these people. I wish that there was some better alternative, right? And we'll get there one day, folks. You guys going over to my website, it's www.thinkbehavior.info. Pick up my book, I Love Bad Behavior. You can also pick that up on Amazon. And like, share, and subscribe to the videos. Have a good day.